A guided contemplation holding anxiety. Begin by finding a position that feels at ease, sitting or lying down. Allow the body to settle in its own way. No need to adjust too much. And gently bring your attention inward, not to thoughts, but to the body. Notice the simple fact of being here, breathing. Nothing to change, nothing to fix, just this moment. And perhaps you can begin to sense a certain quality in the body, a background tension, a subtle unease, or something a little more pronounced, a tightness, a restlessness, a sense of foreboding. This is what we're calling anxiety, not as an idea, but as a direct felt experience in the body. And you may have noticed that this kind of anxious feeling can be difficult to work with. When something is clearly wrong, when there is something specific to respond to, the body can move, act, resolve. But this is different. This kind of feeling doesn't always have a clear place to land. Its cause isn't always easy to discern. And because of that, the system keeps trying to anticipate, to prepare. And even when nothing happens, the body can come to believe that the tension itself was part of what kept things safe. So the pattern of anxiety continues, reinforced, not because anything is wrong, but because the system is trying, in its own way, to protect. And so, rather than trying to meet this head on, which can sometimes make it tighten further, we can take a more quiet approach, not forcing, not solving, simply allowing the body to be met as it is. Bring your attention into the body and notice where this tightness or heaviness is most present. Not the story about it, just the sensation, just the experience. It might be in the chest, a tightness, or in the abdomen, a holding, tension in the shoulders, the neck, the throat. There's no right place, just where it's most noticeable right now. And when you find it, let your attention rest there, gently, without forcing, as if you're simply keeping it company. Now begin to breathe into that space, not by changing anything dramatically, just allowing the breath to touch that area. And as you breathe out, let the exhale be a little longer, unhurried, soft. Again, breathing in, and a slow, easy exhale. Letting the body know there is time. There is nothing you need to say to yourself here, no phrase to repeat, no words to get right. And this is important because this part of you does not respond to language. It responds to feeling, to emotional tone. And perhaps, without needing to force anything, you can begin to sense that this tension is not here by mistake. It is doing something in its own way, trying to help, trying to protect, even if it doesn't feel that way. And instead of trying to push it away, see if it's possible to relate to it just a little differently. Not with analysis, but with a kind of quiet warmth and compassion. You might imagine what it would feel like to hold this part of the body with care, not physically, but as a tone, a quality of attention. No need to find the perfect feeling. Even a small shift, a hint of softness is enough. Let that warmth, that kindness, that compassion gently move towards this area, not as words, but as a feeling. And notice that the body knows how to receive this. There still may be sensation here, tightness, movement. That's okay. Nothing needs to disappear. And if you look closely, you might notice a subtle movement in the mind, a reaching, a trying to understand, trying to resolve, trying to know. But for a moment, for this moment, nothing needs to be resolved. The question can remain unanswered. The body may still hold a sense of foreboding or anticipation, but the urgency to respond or resolve it can soften. Nothing is being solved, and nothing is required to be solved. And yet the awareness that is noticing all of this is already here. You're not inside the sensation. The sensation is appearing within awareness. And even this can be held with the same quiet kindness. If the mind begins to move again, that's natural. Just gently returning to the body, to the breath, to the feeling, letting everything be as it is without needing to finish it, and resting here for a few moments. And when you're ready, allow your awareness to expand again to the whole body, the room around you, the sounds. No rush. Carrying with you the simple capacity to meet what arises, not with words, but with presence and with feeling. And gently, when it feels natural, allow the eyes to open. Before rising, let the gaze move softly to the right. Notice 3 neutral objects in the field of vision, one after another, without naming them, just resting attention lightly on each. And now to the left. Again, 3 objects, unhurried, letting the eyes settle. And finally, returning to the breath, simply watching without shaping it. The inhale, a pause. The exhale, a pause. 3 times. And then, when it feels right, rising gently.